Back to Band of Souls, Captain Cryptic here. We are playing Skull and Bones. So I wanted to give you the notes from the deck stream. So we've done a little bit of breakdown on this here. So one of the notes says people are saying that we're getting a new ship that's going to be a brigantine with 4 upper deck cannons and 4 lower deck cannons. We already have that. There are going to be ways to upgrade that apparently. That's not the new ship that's coming out. That was showing a ship that was upgraded in that video. So we still don't know what ships are coming out. Now there's the new auxiliary weapon. We talked a little bit about it. The spring loader said it looks a bit like a Mangolin. Shoots out either fire or healing mines, and you can use, if you're using healing mines, you can launch them in front of yourself and actually go through them and it will heal you. But same thing if you're using those mines, those explosive mines, it's going to do a lot of harm to you as well. So they've made that so it's going to be an effect that can happen at any time, whether you're in PvP or not. So you need to be aware of that. If you're shooting those, don't go through it if you're using the actual explosive mines that are going to be there. We're looking at a new guided torpedo. When we launch torpedoes, you know how you'll miss? Well, now you're going to be able to continue to look down the sight and keep it trained on a ship that you're aimed at, and it's going to help those torpedoes track over. If you've noticed, we've had some issues with some of these ships that shoot torpedoes. The NPC ships, when they shoot at us, it said like you can't get away from torpedoes now. My guess is it's because they're using this new guided torpedo. So that's going to be pretty cool to see in Season 2. They're going to have new silver making methods. It's going to be added. It's going to be complete with contrabands and stuff. So right now, most of the time we get a little bit of a box, and then most of our stuff is going to be consumables that we can then turn around and sell. This is supposed to focus more on silver, so that's going to be pretty good. So they're going to be doing some long gun balancing, but one of the things we've seen in there is they actually have a poison effect, kind of like what you have with the mortar, the LaFleur mortar, where you're going to be able to shoot that rotting flesh poison via a long gun. So that's going to be actually really cool. That's going to help slow people down in PvP. It's going to help stop those ships so you can get closer to really do some damage. If you're in such, say, the sandbuck that's a little bit slower, you're going to be able to put a long gun on the front, hit them, it's going to zap their stamina, it's going to break their brace, and you're going to be able to get up on there a little closer and do some serious damage. So that's always going to be a really good thing to see. It says we're looking at the 20 new weapons, armor, and furniture in Season 2. Understand that's also going to include the cosmetic pieces and stuff that they're going to be bringing out through the past. That's not just going to be the furnitures and stuff, and that also includes ships as well. So we'll have to see what kind of a balance they have when they get in there. They may tell us some more as it gets a little closer, rather than just sit around and guess and speculate on that. So, which seems to be what a lot of people are doing, is guessing on what that's going to look like. The rockets, for those of us who like to use rockets, they are going to add the crow's nest view. So we're going to be, just like with a mortar, you can actually see what you're hitting now. That's going to be great to have that in the game for sure. Third person view is being looked into. Apparently there were some performance concerns. I've not noticed any issues with third person views. That's usually the way I sell, because you can see more of the map. So hopefully they don't get in there messing with those things too much and get it all kind of screwed up. You know how when they fix things, it never seems to fix it. The crab pet, that's one of those things where, you know, if you want to put that on your ship, whatever, they say it's certified cute. It's just a crab. So fleet management could assign up to 40 ships to a manufacturing, blah, 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 blah on that stuff. Basically, you're going to have a ship that could go pick up from the different locations. You're going to be allowed to keep up to 40 ships, and then those are going to be whatever type of size ship based off the locations that you're going to need to go up through, tributaries and stuff like that. Me personally, I'm just going to continue to pick them up by myself, because the ship can only carry 500, and when you're filling these things up to 4,500, that's a lot of trips back and forth. We don't know about the cost effectiveness of that. We'll have to wait and see what that looks like. Ship upgrades, so they use a battered here as an example. You get up to 6 upgrades. It's going to help the small ships will be more maneuverable, sail better into the wind, and make up for lack of gun ports. But they also had talked about it could add gun ports on some of the ships like sloops, so we'll have to wait and see. I guess it's going to be ship specific. The Renfa convoys with golden ships will be replacing the French and Dutch convoys, or being added to that as well. Then they're having some armor transmogs. If you're wondering what that means that it's going to be, so they're looking into it where you're going to be able to change out the colors of the armor. I don't think it's going to be the effects of the armor. Hopefully that's what we get. I could care less about the colors. I want to be able to specifically change out the values that the armor can actually defend against is what I'm wanting. But colors sounds like it's coming our way. So if you've not subscribed, hit that subscription button. I know that there was some bad stuff in that past, or as far as the stream where it's talking about you're going to lose some of your 8s and stuff. What you want to do with those 8s right now is go by the black market and buy as much of the materials as you can that they have for sale in there. Again, it's saltpeter, worm's breath, things like that. Then of course your other types of materials, spend it up, man. Have fun. So that's what we've been doing with our stuff, is spending that up. You only want to go into season 2 with 300,000 pieces of 8, because everything else is going to get wiped on that. You will keep your sovereigns, you will keep your silver, so you don't have to worry about those. So start spinning those 8s up, buying blueprints, buying extra armor sets. I went ahead and started getting Gamma Cobra 2. There's rumor that that is going to be an armor that's going to get tweaked to give it a higher precision on there. The reason I say that it is a good armor is it needs a few tweaks to it, obviously, but one of the things with that armor, if I could come in here, okay, so you can see the Black Prince armor. We have a armor rating of 1250. Then when we come down here to the Gamma Cobra 2, it actually has a 1250. It's got a little bit more flooding damage, 40%. A lot of people switch to these torpedoes in PvP, so you definitely want to put that on some of these ships that you're going to be building here in the future. Explosives, you got 35% 0 on flooding there, so you're going to have to kind of play it by ear, but you do have a little explosive. You do have no fire, so unless people start coming in with fire ships and stuff, which hasn't been the case with Sea Fire, I haven't really seen that weapon used much, but we'll just have to play it by ear. But I've been picking up some of that with our pieces of 8, just trying to make sure we got it. They don't have a 3 rating yet. Of course, we have the Bastion 3, which is only a 1200 rating, but you know, just different types of stuff. La Fortress, we might pick up some La Fortress 3 or something in here, just to have a few of those pieces. Like I say, we're just spending those 8s any way we can. Hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell to stay up to date on all things Skull and Bones, and also check out some of our new videos. Check out our playlist. We're running into running the Star Trek Online again. We were getting a crew built up in there, and we were having a blast as well. So be looking for that content to drop. Have a wonderful day.